Welcome to the second episode of the Logic Gate Show. My name is Rajvir, your host of today, and in today's episode, we're going to talk about PLCs, how PLCs has been evolving. So the game show will be focused on PLC-related question. And to answer this question, we have a special guest today. This guest is super active on LinkedIn. He is a PLC and IoT specialist. He's none other than Hans-Michael Cross, who is Director of ctrlX World Ecosystem at Bosch Rexroth, Germany. And I'm very happy to welcome him. And let's see if he wins the show, because if he wins the show, you as an audience is going to win ctrlX Core. This is a sealed box. ctrlX Core X3, you can see that one here. You're going to win this. And to win this device, there is going to be a challenge. So what is this device? This device is actually all-in-one ultra-compact control system for automation. You can use this device as a PLC or as an HMI or as an OPC server or as an edge device, or you can run Python codes in that. You can connect that to Ionic masters, cameras, smart system, directly integrate that to your IT systems. So not only this device, you will also get three apps which are integrated in that, which are PLCs, Node-RED, and IoT dashboard. So if you're excited about winning this device, stay tuned, watch the show, and check out the giveaway competition in the end. All right. So without any further delay, let's welcome our VIP guest. Welcome, Michael. I'll call you Michael today. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hi, Rajvir. Good to be here. Thanks for the really cool introduction. I wasn't aware that I'm so famous on LinkedIn, but
you are super famous.
I'm active on LinkedIn, and I'm happy to be here in your show, and I'm looking forward to your questions.
All right. No, actually, whenever I open LinkedIn, one or the other day, I see you talking about something, or you are in some messe or some fair, and you're introducing some new concepts. So it's always nice to see you on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, so I just want to know you. Are you familiar with the show? Have you seen that before?
I've seen the first episode,
okay.
So I'm well aware of the concepts, and I mean, the general principle, I think, is known to everybody. So, but I've never participated in this let's say real show.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to see
right.
how I can compete here.
All right. I mean, it's this show is all about fun, so nothing to be nervous about. These questions are just to aware the audience about the new concepts or the new technical tools that we have in the market. And today, specifically, we're going to talk about PLCs, how PLCs have been evolving, and how we can use the new tech that are coming in this PLC world. So
Yeah.
I will introduce you some rules of the show before we begin with the show. And these rules are actually very simple, but it's my duty to introduce you that. So if you see on my screen now, you will see we have 15 questions, okay? And each question will give you some emojis. So there's no €1,000,000 here, but we have million emojis. But these emojis are very special. You can use these emojis and you can buy, or you can get a prize in the end. So we have a mega prize, but this mega prize will not go to you, it will go to the audience. And this mega prize that we're talking about is a ctrlX Core X3 for Bosch Rexroth. Okay. I've been using that since years, but before I was using the older version, but this is the newest version. So audience, if you're watching it, you can win this prize. But to win this prize, Michael has to win the show. That's the deal. So you have the pressure to win this show so that the audience can win this prize. All right, to win the show, you have three lifelines, which will be helping you. One is 50-50, and another is audience poll, and then one is double dip. So 50-50 will remove 2 incorrect answers. Audience poll is actually an AI poll. So I have an AI inside my software. So there's no audience here. So if you use this lifeline, the AI will tell you the probability which of the option is the correct one. So you have some percentage. You can trust that AI. And the one is double dip, in which you can give 2 answers. So it's not a must to use this lifelines, but it's if you're stuck somewhere, you can use these ones, or you can use anytime. That's it. So the questions will start from 1 up to 15, and as you proceed to the 15th question, the question will get a little bit tough and intense, but starting one will be super easy. All right?
Okay.
So do you have any questions?
I think I got the basic things. Yeah, thank
All
you.
right. So,
And I will learn on my way.
all right. I have a lot of questions. So let's begin with the show. Which of these is a core function of a PLC in a certain environment? The options are A, data visualization, B, machine learning model training, C, real-time machine control, or D, enterprise resource planning.
Yeah. So if I answer this question wrong, they will take away my automation diploma. So I have to be cautious because I'm actually automation engineer. So let's start. A PLC is a part of the operational technology. So down the shop of the factory shop floor. So enterprise resource planning is in the ISO pyramid much higher. So we can ditch this.
Okay.
Machine learning model training. Most PLCs don't have the power actually to do this. They can do it in interference, but not training. Training is mostly done in the cloud. So I would also take off number B. I'm struggling between a bit also data visualization, because there are some PLCs that are a PLC inside a panel, for example, where you do data visualization. But main task is number C. Even with data visualization, the main task is real-time machine automation control. So number C, I guess, is the right answer.
That's right. I mean, I was recently, someone wrote me an email about making a product review of a device which has HMI and PLC in one device. Like you said, data visualization is a part of it, but I also believe the core function still relies on the controlling the IOs. So let's see if C is the correct answer. That's right. 100 emojis in
I saved my diploma.
You have to save it 40 more times now.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a basic question. Let's see what comes up, and then maybe it gets tougher.
Let's see that. Second question. PLC have been around for 40 years and still being used today because, first option, they refuse to retire, which I totally believe they're not retiring yet. They are reliable and evolving. Next option is they work without Wi-Fi, or old things are cool again.
Yeah, I mean, they refuse to retire. Yeah, some people like never change a running system, right? And especially in OT, you better don't touch a machine again once it's running. So, but it's not the real reason. Yeah,
that's right.
Old things are cool again. Yeah, I wouldn't say a standard PLC is cool when you compare it how you program it. Maybe you have some programming questions later, but I mean, the programming standards are also 40 years old. They work without Wi-Fi. That's cool. Yeah, that's a must. Yeah. But I think the main reason why people are still using them, I already said this, they are reliable. They don't show blue screens, like a PC can do from time to time. And they are evolving, as we also show it with ctrlX automation. So I think I can ditch number A and D. C can be one of the reasons, but I think the most important reason is the reliability and no blue screen, and they're still evolving. Yeah,
that's right.
So I would say number B.
I was recently doing a video about virtual PLC, and I was telling about how PLC have been evolved. In the end, I was talking about virtual PLC. So I will believe this is the correct answer, but let's have a look.
Virtual PLCs is the next step, which is coming. And that's another, let's say, proof point how they are evolving. So I would stick on number B.
Number B. All right, let's have a look. That's correct. 200 emojis.
Perfect.
May I ask you, which was the first PLC you ever programmed or worked with?
Yeah, so as I said, I'm an automation engineer. a standard German university, Fachhochschule, and there's one German company who does a very good job in education, and this is based in Erlangen, Siemens.
Oh.
And many people start learning PLC programming in Germany with the Siemens PLC.
That's right.
Even though there are better options nowadays, further evolved options than the standard gray Siemens boxes, but I think this is the standard. And this was during my study times. I started studying 99.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been some time. Yeah. I'm in the industry 25 years now.
Wow.
So
I remember when I was studying, it was 2006. So 7 years later than you, I programmed my first PLC. Was this ABB Pico PLC with a tiny one with a display on top. Funny thing was, you program the PLC with the buttons on the PLC. You make a ladder logic there with the tiny buttons. And today it's crazy.
Yeah, I learned PLC programming on the Siemens with the AWL thing, AWL.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
this almost like assembler style. Yeah, so this almost like, and this was horrible. I mean, how can you program this? And I remember OPC today is a big thing, so the interchangeable protocol. And I remember I wrote a kind of paper how to set up OPC DA, so the old OPC actually, with Siemens PLC, which was really hard in 2003, 2004. Today things have changed, and we have open systems, and even the Siemens PLCs. But by that, you needed to be a master student to set this up.
That's right. And there were no documentation. You have to sometimes read the manuals, the hardware papers in your hand, and then you have to do stuff. There was no online documentation at my time, no AI, nothing. You just read the manuals and see what you can do with that.
No Stack Overflow, no PLC forum started to show up. It's a very famous German thing. But yeah, the vendors by that time did not really engage with the online community. They were scared to open a forum where customers can ask questions publicly.
Yeah.
Imagine this.
That's true. Okay, let's see. What do we have more? Okay, should we proceed? The next one?
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
So, next question. What was one major reason PLCs with ladder logic replaced relay systems? I'm sure that you might know this one. Super easy one. Let's see the options. Option A, physical rewiring was painful. Even today it is painful. B, too many sparks, too little logic. Or C, changing PLC logic is faster. Or D, relay needs more maintenance.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, so actually ladder logic became popular because it actually the way how you program ladder logic is really resembling the relay logic, right?
Yeah, that's
so
right.
So that was an easy step to bring people from the wiring relays to a virtual programming style. Yeah. And the reason I think physical rewiring was painful or still painful today. So this could be a reason, even though I'm not so much into wiring, I have to admit. And relays obviously are mechanical devices. So every mechanical device needs some kind of maintenance. About sparks, I'm not really sure if there were really many sparks. And changing PLC code obviously is faster than somebody rewiring. Yeah, so you just made some clicks instead of rewiring.
That's right.
So I see several answers possible because the physical rewiring was painful, the relays need maintenance, and changing PLC logic. So I would ask the AI. I want to see your AI working. I would ask the AI think is the one with the highest possibility here.
All right, so finally we have one lifeline being used. Okay, let me activate AI for you. So, audience poll is activated. AI is doing some calculations based on the questions and answer. Let's see what
I see three possible answers, but let's see what the.
Ooh, that's a very good result, I would say.
Yeah, so very obvious. So but obviously changing the PLC logic is much faster. So I would agree to the AI, as this is the biggest reason why that logic became so popular.
Okay.
Number C.
Let's see with the AI. Changing PLC logic is faster. Correct answer. 300 emojis in your account, Michael. I see you also have one emoji behind you. Is it a Bosch Rexroth emoji? Okay, because of the background filter, it's now gone, but I can see a little bit glimpse there.
Yeah, if I move up a bit, you see it on my polo.
I also see on your t-shirt. Oh, you're sure.
It's a kind of symbol we created, so it's our smiley for CTRlX automation. Because PLCs and the OT world is kind of boring also in the marketing.
That's right.
So I remember before launching CTRlX Automation 2019, we were on SBS 2018 on the fair, walking around with a marketing agency, and I showed them the industry, and the marketing guy and I said to him, we need to be different. And the marketing guy was like, oh, it's easy to be different in this industry because conservative and kind of boring gray boxes everywhere. So we came up with a very pushy and nice colors branding for CTRlX Automation, and the smiley is representing it. And the fun fact, it's really sticking. So we have now a little toy with this smiley. I think you got one too. We call it now XC, and even my son, who is now 6, when he was like 4 years old, he recognized it. Because he saw it on my hoodie all the time, and I was, fun fact, I was in the canteen with him once here, and I'm at the headquarters in Lower Main in Germany. So I was with him in the canteen wearing my hoodie, but there were others wearing the hoodie with the smiley, and my son, those guys are wearing also your hoodie. What's wrong?
It's hard to find daddy in the big group now. Before.
So that's a bit, we wanted to be different. We wanted to engage, and that's the way. I mean, your style is also very much different. You try also to bring in colors and.
Yeah, you see, I'm also bringing emojis in the game show.
But you are the meme. You're the PLC meme guy.
I'm the PLC meme guy. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I stopped doing memes. I'm doing so many projects, but in between, sometimes I have ideas and I create memes and I publish. I think it's a fun way to entertain. All right, we have 12 more questions, and time is running. Let's continue with the next one. Okay, high-level programming in modern PLC typically includes which of the following language? High-level programming. Let's see. The first option is structured text, or B, Python, C, ladder logic, or D, C++. Typically, which one is used? What do you think? So ladder logic and structured text are actually standardized in the PLC programming languages, 6.11, 31. I wouldn't call them high-level languages, even though structured text resembles a bit Pascal, and Pascal was my first programming language that I learned when I was 10, 12, around. So structured text reminds me a lot of Pascal. Did you learn Pascal, or your other generation? Oh, my generation, I don't know which programming language was that, but when I sat on the computer when I was a kid, I was typing FD50 and it makes a straight line. Then I put RD90, then it rotates the cursor. So we were supposed to make a square or rectangle.
Turtle graphics. Yeah, we did this as
that was my first programming language, I remember.
Turtle graphics. Yeah, we did.
Okay, I didn't know the name, but it was like a DOS environment. There was no Windows, and we just started there.
Yeah. We made this in school as well. Today my son learns kind of what's called Scratch, so a Lego language
Scratch
to program.
That's very good. I think this.
And we have this Scratch version also available for CTRlX Automation to program motion actually with these blocks.
I was about to say that I made a video on that. It was motion control video. I think I was using JavaScript, if
Yes, it uses JavaScript and Python actually.
Python.
So that brings us back to the
answer.
To the question. So there's a high chance that Python might be the right answer here in your question. Also, you can use C++ for real-time programming, for example, on complex automation.
Okay.
I guess I'm not sure if C++ is a high-level programming language, but Python definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say here with B, number B.
Let's see if this is the correct one. That's correct. Python, one of the high-level languages used quite oftenly in the PLC. I think I was using in one of my videos as well some examples of Python and ctrlX. And there are other products in the market which you can also use Python there. Also on the edge devices these days we use Python.
And it's powerful because you have all these libraries behind, and so that's really cool about Python.
Right. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Why hasn't the cloud replaced PLCs yet? So your options are: A, clouds are great until Wi-Fi stops. Option B, PLC don't need update to run. Or option C, no latency in the PLC's world. Or option D, all of the above.
That's an interesting answer. Yeah, actually, cloud usage might make sense, but the latency thing, also you need to react fast when there is some incident of the machine. The latency thing is really highly important in cycle times. So and also PLCs, they actually don't need an update to run when they are not connected. So once they're running, you let them run. Okay, when you use them for data acquisition, connect them to the internet, then you have to think about cybersecurity and stuff. And the big thing about the clouds is actually also a connectivity thing. So the Wi-Fi stops, and what happens if your machine code runs in the cloud and the Wi-Fi stops? What happens to the machine?
Or the internet stops. I mean.
Or the internet. Yeah, exactly. So I have the tendency to say everything is correct. Like number D.
All right.
I understand the answers right.
Yeah, I am also with you in this case because for sure, if everything is on the cloud, there's no connectivity, your process is under a problem. And PLC certainly don't need updates when they're running. If there is something security updates is needed, you can do that, but they're still running. And for sure, latency is one of the main reasons we have a real-time control PLC. So I will also go with D with you. Let's try. That's correct. 1,000 emojis. And here
what do I do with 1,000 emojis?
You earned nothing so far. You just earned a lot of respect. For clearing first level. Yeah.
I still have my automation diploma.
Yeah, you still have your diploma, and you still have all the respect. All the people are loving you, watching you, and I hope they're hoping you to win because then they can win ctrlX score. All right, now the questions will be a little bit more intense. Okay. The music will also get a bit intense, which you will hear at the end of the show. So let's begin with the next one. Which of the following presents a significant security risk in modern networked PLC? Your options are A, redundant power supply, or B, lack of firmware updates, or option C, isolated network segmentation, or option D, use of encrypted protocols.
Okay.
Security risk.
So let's ditch the wrong answers. So a power supply has nothing to do with security. So so this we can ditch. Number A. The usage of encrypted protocols for data transmission is actually positive.
Yeah.
So actually this we can also ditch. So problem is a lack of firmware updates. So lack of updates when you have a connected PLC can be one reason,
Right.
as a danger. Yeah, and isolated network segmentation. What do you mean by this? Actually, can you?
You can imagine if the networks are isolated, like they have a different
Yeah.
port for OT communication, different port for IT communication. Like somebody wants to access the PLC data, which has an OPC server, they connect to a different Ethernet port. And if PLC is talking to, let's say, IO Link Master on the OT side, it has a different Ethernet port for that. So when you make it different ports, you segment that.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess this can be also a danger.
I think it's a danger. Because
segmentation, network segmentation is actually a good thing, but I wanted to understand this port thing. So I'm not too much a networking expert.
Okay.
Let's say we take the 50-50 joker here, and we get some of, hopefully not A and D, because I'm sure about A and D it's not.
The AI is listening. Well, I don't know what you're going to do with that. Let's see.
Yes, let's see.
Okay,
let's see.
So let's activate your lifeline. Oh.
Okay, so no, it's easy.
Right.
It's a lack of firmware updates for network PLCs. The solution.
So you go with the option B.
B. Yeah.
That's correct. 2,000 emojis. All right, so
cool.
maybe I mentioned a bit about that. For example, network segmentation is when the PLC is talking to the IT. So it has a different subnet.
Yeah.
When it's talking to the IT, different IP address, different subnet. When it's talking to the OT, it's a completely different subnet. So these two networks cannot interact because of this different subnet or different gateways. So that's why it's better for securities.
We have this on the ctrlX core. We have 3 ports. We have 3 ports. One port is for the Ethernet communication.
Right.
One is for engineering, and one can be, for example, to connect upwards to IT systems. So we have this there. So
that's great.
I was just asking you because I'm not an expert about ports, about ports and so on. But network segmentation in general, I think, is a wise thing, especially if you want to protect your machines and from other areas of the network.
Right.
So that's the first thing about that.
Okay, great. Now we have 9 questions left.
Okay.
1 lifeline. Here I can show you your tree. The next question will give you 4,000 emojis.
Okay.
Let's proceed. According to today's automation technology overview, what are the biggest challenges industries face with current automation system? So current automation system today's. Let's see the options. Your options are A, vendor lock-in, or B, they're complex and insecure, or C, no remote access, or D, lack of trained operators. Biggest challenge.
Yeah, actually, all the challenges are valid challenges an automation user has today. Yeah? So we spoke about the big automation companies. They try to establish a vendor lock-in somehow, so lock in their customers. This has changed also by the new systems on the market. They are complex and insecure. I would say this can be one of the biggest challenges you have today. But what many people also face is that trained operators are getting less and less. Yeah?
That's right.
I always hear the story in the past, maintenance guy maybe used to program some PLC stuff in his free time. Today they are on social media, checking your channels, for example. Okay, then they learn also something about PLC.
They can check my memes, I mean.
So remote access is actually not a problem because many install remote access today. Yeah. So when I look about the 4, I think number B, the complexity and the insecurity of the the legacy systems is maybe the biggest challenge that we see today in OT. So number B.
So you go with number B. All right.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Complex and insecure. That's correct.
Perfect.
That's very good. 4,000 emojis, Michael.
Nice.
I think complexity, insecurity, and insecure, I would say, is the biggest challenge. And nowadays, many hardware devices and the tech tools, they support a lot of protocols. So protocols can match and reduce the complexity, but insecurity is one of the biggest challenges we're facing.
Yeah, and due to that, the European Union introduced the Cyber Resilience Act. Somehow the Cyber Resilience Act covers all devices that are communicating digitally, and it should make, and it's going into place in 27. This should really make the people think about the security status of their installations. Yeah, so it's kind of pushing you to think about the insecurity that you might have on the shop floor and to do something against it in order to be prepared for cybersecurity incidents. Yeah, so that's.
Recently, we also saw an incident. It was in Spain, in some areas in France, I guess, as well. There was complete blackout. There was a cyber attack.
Yes.
And then you realize the impact of these cyber attacks on the daily life, and everything is so dark. It's crazy. I mean.
Yes, and there are these ransomware attacks, so they ask for money.
Yeah, they ask for money. True.
So yeah, but I see raising awareness about this also among, let's say, the machine builders, which is our customer base. We recently made an event about cybersecurity, and it was fully booked, and machine builders were really into it. So there's so that's really good. And I see also a lot of machine operators, so factories, putting in place high cybersecurity standards actually that are mainly driven by IT. Yeah,
that's right.
So IT pushes the standards also into OT, and that's fine. And Cyber Resilience Act is enforcing this.
Wow, that's great. I think we have one question about Cybersecurity Act or something similar to that. We'll come to that. We'll have more discussions about that. Let's begin with our next question. Okay. What is the main purpose of the app-based architecture in platforms like ctrlX Core? So, if audience doesn't know, I have been using ctrlX Core and showing how you can install apps in the ctrlX Core and how you can enhance the usability of this device. So let's see the options. Option A enables offline only operation, or option B adds modularity, or option C prioritize ladder diagram, or option D reduces need for cybersecurity. Main purpose.
Okay, so the app-based architecture, what does it mean at the end? It's containerized software. Yeah, and we see containerized software has gained the IT world years ago. Everybody is using some kind of container, Docker.
That's right.
Kubernetes, everything. So the main reason for this, that you had some let's say protected little software bubbles, containers that you could move around depending on the needs, and you could start and close them, and so it has nothing to do with cybersecurity. So number D, it has nothing to do with the ladder diagram. Enables offline only operation is not the reason.
Okay.
Reason why you want to have this is also, as a machine builder, you want to have modularity of your software, and since a machine builder mostly builds machines that are not always the same, they would like to use hardware modules and software modules depending a bit on the configuration of the machine that they want to sell.
Okay.
So an app-based architecture, also in automation, also in ctrlX Core, our controller, or in ctrlX Automation, helps to add modularity and not to write everything from the scratch, to use building blocks, like a Lego, and put them together depending on the needs of the challenge that you need to solve. So it's definitely number B, and it's one of the biggest strengths of using let's say, this app-based architecture.
That's right.
There are more, but I think here from this answers number B.
Number B. I mean, if I remember when I was using controller score in my videos, I find it super easy. I mean, to use any application based on what app is inside. For example, I showed how you can use controller score as a PLC just by installing PLC apps. And then I was using it as a Node-RED by installing Node-RED app. And this was quite easy. It's not like I have to type some commands to install the apps. It was just upload a file or take it from the store, download it, ready to use, just like the mobile phone. So it was very interesting how this whole thing has been architectured. Okay, option B, add modularity. Let's see. That's the correct one. 8,000 emojis. 7 cushions more to your final destination. And time is running. We have to be a bit quick. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This will give you 16,000 emojis. Okay, what is the key benefit of using real-time data at the edge in industrial system or in the edge? Your options are A, creating offline backups, or option B, faster and local decisions, or option C, enabling remote debugging, or option D, managing software licenses.
Okay. I saw the questions get harder.
Yes,
okay. So real-time data on the edge has nothing to do with backups.
Yeah.
Because backups you do hopefully with a kind of fleet management system on a central server. Yeah. Remote debugging has also nothing to do with it. It's good, and the software licenses also not. Yeah. So you want to have real-time data at the edge order to make it. And we had this about latency before, so to make faster and quick local decisions right at the spot and react to a certain machine status. So number B is the right one here.
That's right. Let's have a look. Faster and local decision. I mean, when I was making a video on virtual PLC, many people have this misconception that, hey, you're using virtual PLC, which is running in the cloud. How are you going to do real-time data control? I was like, yeah, it's just the control is in the cloud, the deployment is in the cloud, but the actual code is running in the edge device, which can make faster and local decision. So when it comes to like virtual PLC, cloud PLC, people think it's running in the cloud, but no, it's not running in the cloud. It's being controlled, it's being deployed from the cloud, but actually running on the edge device, which makes it faster and local decision. And that's the correct answer. 16,000 emojis. Michael, how do you feel?
I feel good. I just wanted to add, we have a partner, so we are partnering here on our automation platform with more than 100 partners.
Okay.
Innovative companies contributing with apps and compatible devices and stuff. So I'm actually, that's my main job to manage these partners. And there's one called Logic Cloud, for example. They do exactly the thing what you were describing. So you do the engineering of the cloud because it gives you benefits of doing a centralized engineering. It's easier. You don't need to go to the actual device. And then they deploy the code down to the edge device to their app also on the ctrlX core.
That's right.
Of real-time control. So that's the way how PLCs are evolving. We had this before. So that's.
I think Logic Cloud, they approached me as well. They wanted me to make some videos about that, and I checked their website and I saw there is one app for ctrlX core as well that you can use altogether. Perfect. Maybe I'll give it a try.
They support many PLCs and also ctrlX core.
That's right. All right, moving on to the next question. 6 questions left. Next question gonna give you 32,000 emojis. Let's see. Which of these is the most underestimated challenge for machine builders? All right, your options are A, tight electrical cables, also a challenge, but if it's the most underestimated, let's see. Or B, neatly labeling every cable. Or C, creating scalable software. Or D, smiling during FAT, factory acceptance test.
which is mostly tough times.
It is
So,
also a tough time.
so I think machine builders and their partners, they can handle electrical cabinets and putting labels to it really well. So
Yeah.
they're really, there's in the internet, even on Reddit, some channels where people are posting their photos, how tightly they
Oh yeah,
made the cabinets.
that's right.
I admire that because I'm not a cable guy, I'm a software guy. So, and software is I think the biggest pain point machine builders have today, because machine building is software development. So, and mostly they don't see this. And the PLC guy is maybe even sitting at the end user still programming. So smiling during the factory acceptance test is really tough because the PLC guy might fix some things,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So I guess they are not so much smiling; they're more scared in
Yeah,
the
that's
factory
right.
test. But to create a software that is scalable, that is reusable, that's modular, is the biggest thing, because machine building is software development today, and this is underestimated because the high excellence is more into construction and things, and it's underestimated. And the PLC guy is the poor guy that comes at the end. So cool machine builders put software development in the front,
Yeah.
And so they understood that it's underestimated. So I stick with number C, creating scalable and reusable and modular software for your machine instance.
Okay.
The biggest.
I have a question here, just out of curiosity. When we come to machine builders, what is the right approach to start programming the machine? Does it has to be completely wired up, and then you start with the basic programming and then you scale it up? Or first you make a software architect of the software and then you realize which hardware modules are required?
I think the best approach is this mechatronic approach. So electronics, mechanics, and software all together. Right from the beginning, as a cross-functional team, to set up the right, let's say, machine project. More advanced machine builders, they even think in their machine program as a kind of platform development. So they start even with the software first, creating software platform that they maintain, and then they derive the different machine types over the time and deliver them. But cross-functional mechatronic approach is the glue here in order to address this underestimation of software development.
And nowadays we have also seen people are building their machines on a digital twin platform. So they build digitally first and they realize, okay, what are the challenges they're going to have in the future, or what are the equipments they need, what are the hardware or software resources they need, and then they start building. So they have a prototype already running in a digital twin, and then
they in the digital twin make simulation, and they're saying it's always cheaper to crash pixels than steel.
That's right.
So simulating, and you're working also with the simulation company together. So simulation is the key point.
Right.
Virtual commissioning, cross-functional team is the way to that the poor PLC guy can also smile during the
factory acceptance test. All right, so I'll go with the option C, as we discussed. That's the correct answer. 32,000 emojis.
Wow, cool.
You are on the final level. 5 more questions bring you to 1 million, and you still have one lifeline, which is double dip, in which you can give 2 correct answers. Okay, let's begin with the next one. One major benefit of using containerized application in modern PLCs is, options are A, share memory, so they can share memory with each other. D, complex setup. C, isolate apps. Or D, kernel hacks.
Okay, so this is similar to this modularity question a bit. I said one of the reasons for containerized applications is having modularity. Modularity here is not on your list. Complex setup, I mean, you don't introduce new things like containerized applications to make it more complex, so we can ditch this. Had nothing to do with the Linux kernel here. So you can isolate apps, yes. So you can put them in a sandbox, and you can share memory. Yeah? So we call this shared memory the data layer.
The data layer, right?
Where every app has access to on a ctrlX system, put its data, read out data. So I think that the most biggest benefits of a system like ctrlX Automation and the ctrlX Core controller is the shared memory, the data layer, where all the data is pre-structured, yeah? And all the software apps can access it. So yeah, correct. And imagine on a system like ctrlX Core, you have a real-time app, like a PLC app running with a non-real-time app, IoT app. It's crashing,
right.
the IoT app. The PLC still keeps running the PLC app. So I would stick to highest benefit is number C, isolate apps.
Let's have a look. Isolate app. That's correct. 64,000. Very well done, Michael, so far. You're doing great. Just 4 questions left, and then we are going to give away this controller score with a small challenge, which we're going to see in the end. All right, moving on to the next question. ctrlX Core leverages which platform for delivering and managing apps on the device? The options are A, Docker Hub, B, Snapcraft, C, Microsoft Store, or D, GitHub Packages?
Yeah, so for me, that's actually an easy question because it's my daily life to explain. So even though we support Docker on the system, we rely more on snaps. The reason why is Snap is better made for real-time containers. So we use real-time apps like a PLC app. So we rely on the Snap container because it's more resource efficient than Docker Hub or Docker Compose. Docker containers are actually always a bit bigger, and Docker is made more for servers or industrial PCs. We have nothing to do with Microsoft Store or GitHub packages, so I stick with the Snapcraft and the Snap.
Would you also like to tell the audience who doesn't know about snaps? What is a snap, if you have to explain in a very simplest way?
It's a different format for a software container, used mainly by our Linux distribution that we use, Ubuntu Core. And as I said, it's very resource efficient. So the Snap containers are smaller, are more made for an edge device. So that's why it's our preferred container format. But we support also Docker and also other containers, but it's our preferred format. So that's why the platform is number B.
And I remember, I think someone introduced me as well, that you also have an SDK where someone can build their own snaps.
Yes, so there's an SDK on GitHub, but not on GitHub. GitHub. There's a GitHub page with SDK, which you can clone the repository. There's examples inside how to set up the snaps.
Interesting.
And many software developers, they actually don't care if they build a software container, if it's a Docker or a Snap. It's at the end just a build chain.
That's right. So it's more like when somebody's building a mobile app, you can build a snap and install it on the device and use it the way you want. That's great. So that's block B, which is a correct answer because Michael is from ctrlX Core. So he can't be wrong here.
Yeah, maybe for the audience it's a bit tough, but for me it's easy.
All right, just 3 questions left. Yeah, let's begin with the next one. What is a key reason to use REST APIs with modern PLCs? Your options are A, replace field bus communication, or B, ERP MES integration, or C, eliminate device level programming, or D, compress data for transmission.
Okay, so REST API comes from the IT world, has been introduced from there, is entering OT, but for example, it won't replace field bus communication. I mean, we use, for example, REST API. I always say to to make an OT device look like an IT device. Yeah, the IT guys are used to REST API.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do with compression of data for transmission. So DE can be replaced, feed bus we can replace, and programming on device level is also it's an API, it's an interface, right? So the only thing that sticks, the only thing that sits in IT is also the ERP or the MES system. So it's made for many things. And here in this question, it can be also used for ERP and MES integration.
Okay.
I'm sure.
And does ctrlX Core also support REST API?
Yes, we support REST API on almost all levels. Yeah,
Okay.
you can access the data in REST API, you can control the system.
And
so
you can access the data layer as well and get the data out of it?
Yeah, also via REST API.
That's great.
And this was described in the software development kit, actually, how you can do that. So on GitHub, you find how to use the REST
API. I think I remember once when we met in Ulm, there were some workshops going on, and some of them explained how you can use REST API and get the data out of the ctrlX Core, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so the event that you mentioned is an event that we hopefully do quite soon again. Is the developer conference. So we want to, let's say, strengthen the developer community. Because the developers, and I think most of developers is your target group, are the key for driving change also in the PLC area.
That's right.
And that's why we did this event where you participated.
Okay. So are you doing it this year? Maybe not, but next year, next event.
Maybe next year, yes. Maybe next year again. But again, developers, we have big heart for developers. It's the key person to drive the change.
That's right.
We need you.
Okay, then let's go with the option B, ERP MES integration.
Yes.
That's the correct answer. 250,000 emojis, 2 cushions. Close to getting ctrlX Core for the audience.
Yes.
And for you, I have a tiny package. Maybe I will show you now so that you're more curious. You will get a code and coffee package from Coding Compound. So it's a special package.
I'm a coffee.
I'm
a coffee lover.
Oh, that's great.
Is that... Yeah.
So the coffee will be coming from our city. We have a very special shop which makes the best coffee. And I would like to present to you my coffee from the city Oberlinge where I'm living.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
I like.
And the code package would be something related to coding inside. So it's a good combination. You can have a coffee and do the coding, and it's a perfect way to start. All right, moving on to the next question, which will give you 500,000 emojis. And if you lose, you will go back to 32,000 emojis. Okay, so let's see what we have.
Let's concentrate.
What is one of the key cybersecurity benefit of an app-based architecture in industrial control system? Cybersecurity benefit, only related to that. Your options are A, improved UI performance, B, direct memory access, C, reduce vulnerability exposure, or D, shared permissions across apps.
Tough question. Here, so it has nothing to do with UI, even though UI is important, so I can ditch that.
Okay.
We spoke about memory access before of the app container system, so I can also ditch that. So I'm shared permissions across apps. Actually, the apps benefit from the permissions of the system. So the system-wide permissions are set up and the rules. And actually putting in a modern architecture, in a container architecture, an app, they're mostly sandbox, so they are protected somehow from the access from outside. And there are only standardized APIs and general rules and password policies and certificate management from the system.
That's
like
nice.
a ctrlX. So I would go with number C, reduce the vulnerability exposure of the software, of the apps being in such a let's say, containerized system.
That's right.
And cybersecurity, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
And
yes.
And speaking about developers, developers who develop an app for such a system don't have to take care about all the security stuff like the management and so on, because the system does it around it. That's another benefit.
You mean the Snapcraft, the Snap system does it around it in general?
Yeah, on automation systems, for example. When you develop an app for contracts automation, a containerized app, Snap, talked before, you can rely on a lot of integration points of the system, and many of the integration points are also related to security that you don't have to take care. You don't have to create management. You don't have to create certificate management. It's all done by, and you concentrate on.
Oh, that's wow. So let's imagine I have an SDK. I want to create an app that shows visualization, just an example. So I don't have to worry about how it will be secured. It will be done by the general management system. That's what
if you stick to the integration points, I mean, as an app developer on the platform, you can decide whether you use an integration point, right? They are all documented in the software development kit. And if you stick to the integration points, you can be freed, let's say, from the boring work of these kind of management things and concentrate on your core function of your app.
Okay, interesting. Do we have any webinar or videos where someone is creating an app, or is it something available on ctrlX Core portal or website?
Yeah, we have created some e-trainings how to create apps for the system. That you can access.
Interesting.
I think the starter thing is also for free. So we have non-real-time apps, real-time apps. So real-time apps is a bit more tricky. That's why it's maybe not the best thing to start with creating. But basically, with the software development kit and the e-training, you can go very far. And most of our partners that deliver apps to the platform come along really well.
I would love to know in the end. Let's see what happens if we win or not. But in the end, I would love to know if someone is going to win this product, how would you advise him or her to use it? So we'll talk about in the end. Maybe then we have more discussions. All right, so we go with your option C, you said, right?
Number C. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Reduce vulnerability exposure. That's correct. 500,000. Congratulations, so far.
Emojis.
Emojis, yeah. You can use those emojis, send it to your friends, put it in your chat and your post. These days, people are using emojis everywhere. I think it just add a fun way to.
How much emojis do you spend per year? Good question.
That's a good question. I need to calculate. I mean, it started with, when we were young, we were using some SMSs, and there we were using emojis, and now it's everywhere. I mean, you can't get rid of them.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
True. Even in the publicity.
So. Where is it?
Even behind me, the emoji.
Yeah, you see, they're everywhere. Okay, now moving on to the last question of the show. And it's a very interesting question, so maybe we can have some discussions on that. Are you ready, Michael?
Yes.
All right, let's move on to the last question. Which standard is specifically focused on cybersecurity in industrial automation system? And I know you talk about Cybersecurity Resilient Act. I don't know if this is somehow related to that, but let's see. The first option is IEC 62443, or it's B, IEC 61131, or is it option C, ISO 27001, or it's option D, IEEE 802.3.
Oh, it's a numbers game at the end.
It's a numbers game.
It's always quite boring to get to know these standards.
That's
but one standard every automation engineer like me learned in university is number B.
That's right.
So it's IEC 61131. What's behind? It's the definition of the programming languages that are used on PLCs.
If you have seen the first episode, I was doing it with PLC Open. and they were also defining how to program the PLC. And we talked a lot about IC 61131 in that episode.
Yeah, so it's every automation engineer knows this strange number, unrelated. So it's not related to cybersecurity, because this is, I'm not sure how old this standard is, but this is more than 20 years easily, maybe 30. Languages are even older, so we can ditch this one, and but any automation guy knows it, and hates it because of these languages, and then they're compared to modern languages. So the ISO one that's interesting. That's a norm that we ask to our partners when they want to engage in the ecosystem. And I forgot about what it's saying, but I think this is some general company thing. Yeah. So there's consultations whether you get this ISO norm or not, and you need it in order to be a supplier of Bosch, for example.
I think as far as I know, this is more, I should not answer that, but more related to security as well. So it could be one of the possible answer, but I will not disclose it more.
It's including it. But I think it's only one aspect of it, a more general thing.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure B and C is not.
Okay.
Number D is tough. I remember it. The IEEE thing, I remember it from somewhere. And I think it is related to Ethernet.
Yes.
Some Ethernet definition, some Ethernet protocol, like the IP protocol. I'm not sure whether the IP protocol or the TCP. I'm not sure, but it's related to the Ethernet.
That's right.
Yeah. So there's one left, and I try to make it with tension. But this is the new IEC number that every automation guy should learn after the 61131.
Okay.
It's the 2443. And you ask about the relation to the Cyber Resilience Act. The Cyber Resilience Act will take place, but it's not, let's say, 100% defined what you need to fulfill in order to get it. So they are still in the definition work. And in this autumn, there will be more news about the Cyber Resilience Act.
Okay.
And we say what a system that complies with the IEC 62443 be very much ready for the Cyber Resilience Act.
Okay.
So, and in this norm, for example, is a cybersecurity norm, the 62443. It has different aspects for device builders like us, for device users. So there are different subgroups actually.
Okay.
This is the one that everybody should take care of. This is the new IEC norm for the automation guys in order to fulfill cybersecurity requirements on automation systems. So I made a long answer to
oh, that's a great answer. I mean, supporting all the evidences and the arguments. So you mean to say if somebody is creating a PLC or an edge device, they should have the certification if they are saying that it's a secure system?
So let's say the device manufacturers like us, the PLC device manufacturers, are trying to get this, and we got this. ctrlX Core and ctrlX OS is applying to it, is fulfilling it. And when you are a user of automation technology, you should look for devices that fulfill this norm, because then you can be sure you have IT security standards in OT.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's nice.
You can use also a ctrlX Core, for example, like a security gateway to protect existing assets, because you fulfill this norm, or other security routers on the market. But as a user, you should look for it for devices having this certification, because this all gives you high confidence that you can protect your assets.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I believe we go with the answer A.
Yes.
And you don't think it's answer D because it's more communication related?
Yeah, I think number D is older, and as I said, it's related to Ethernet, some
Okay.
Ethernet stuff.
And Ethernet could also be connected to
Ethernet,
cybersecurity. I'm just trying to confuse you.
yeah, for sure. Many automation systems are based on Ethernet, right?
Okay.
And based on standard. And Ethernet is driving automation.
Right.
Be it in the field bus or be it for upper level communication. But I'm
Okay.
pretty sure this specifically defining some Ethernet layer from the OSI model, while the ISO the IC norm is a standard that you really need to document and
Okay.
really, so that to get it is actually a lot of work.
Okay.
I can and we are very proud to have it. But it also means continuous work. So every time you
That's
release
right.
a major software update, we need to go to the TÜV again and get the certification.
Get a certificate. All right.
So yeah,
So
it's definitely number. You confuse me here.
number A. Okay. Let's see if it is the correct one. There you go, Michael. Congratulations. 1 million emojis.
I still have my automation degree. And we can have a lucky winner.
That's very nice. So congratulations one more time. You have won a code and coffee package from Code and Compile. I'm very happy to send it to you in the next days. And you have to tell me if you liked it or not, if there's a tiny surprise inside. But for others, you have won a ctrlX core. And I'm very happy to give it away because you won the show and you who represent ctrlX core ecosystem. I'm very happy to give it away on this show. Now, I would like to know from you, how would you like the user who will want this product, will do a contest, how they should use it? What is the best advice you can give to start using it? What are the resources that he can use from ctrlX core website, or what are the software he needs? Just a little bit of information I would like to know from you.
So I said automation companies in the past didn't care so much about online community. We have a big heart for online community and developers, and you will find a lot of resources, not only on GitHub, but also in our ctrlX community.
Okay.
Tools, you can download software, test it for free, 10 days. So that's the go-to place. And there you also find ideas how to use it, because we are publishing more and more solution sets.
Okay.
So you can actually use it as a device, industrial device, to run Node-RED on it.
Okay.
Or use the PLC, just to control your house. We have some of our developers doing a home automation with a ctrlX core.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and I'm going to meet one very soon now. And,
Okay.
but you can use it as a security gateway, or you can use it as an IoT gateway to get data out of older PLCs.
Okay.
So the device, and that's a term that comes off quite often, is a software-defined controller, right?
That's
and the
right.
software you load, the function
works
it
on that.
has. And yeah, so I would start with basic Node-RED thing and PLC, and maybe add some security applications on top of it.
Okay. And for those who could not win this device, I heard about ctrlX Virtual. Can they use that as well? Is it available for open audience, or is it reserved for specific people?
Yes, so you can go to ctrlx-os.com /en for English, and then /download, or you'll find it in the menu. You can download a virtual controller with the engineering environment, Rexworks, that runs on a PC, where you can test everything, test the apps. So you don't need an actual hardware, like the one that you had in your hands, and start working with it. And that's actually, many of our customers started like this, or developers or partners that create apps. And once you want to deploy it on an actual application, then you might need a device, and you can find the links there to get the device actually from
I will mention everything in the description. And one more thing,
yes.
Can someone deploy ctrlX OS in their own edge device, or you need to have this hardware?
So we are working together with other hardware vendors that they use it as well. So our vision here is to create a kind of industrial Android. Yeah. So Vago is offering devices with ctrlX OS.
Right.
Congatec, they are having these compute on modules boards, are providing it with ctrlX OS. So we want to spread it to the industry, and we are working on that. You can download an image and put it on any device. That's our vision here, or our mission. And that's very strange for an automation company, because in automation world, always the device and the software stick together.
Yeah, I know. But the world
We
is
make the
changing.
software hardware independent, and that's a bit the machine builder's dream, to be honest. To depend too much on an automation supplier, but still have the software. And that's a bit our mission that we have here. Open automation, programmable by everybody, and also accessible by everybody.
And in this case, you just need to specify what is the minimum hardware configuration of the hardware that you're using, because you can't just run it on everything, right?
You'll find this on our website. So Intel-based system and some ARMs, like the device you have in your hand is an ARM A53 4 kernel
64-bit
device.
quad core.
64-bit actually is the minimum requirement also that we have.
Okay, great.
But you find many processors nowadays with 64-bit, so this is a kind of new.
Yeah. I think I have some edge devices which are 32-bit. They have not reached 64 yet, but great to know. So I'm very curious about who's going to win this prize. And how was it for you to be in the show? In short, if you want to talk about it.
That's cool. I really enjoyed it, and the cool questions, and let's say the nerdy PLC questions that you came up with.
Okay, I tried my best.
Enjoyed our conversation. I'm looking forward to read some of the comments actually. So please put feedback in the comments. I will follow it as well, or answer any questions
that would be great
that people might have.
Yeah, I will publish that in my YouTube channel, and if you want, you can also publish in yours. Feel free to let me know. Otherwise, we will see the comments, and we can collectively decide who's going to win this show. In the next few minutes, I will just talk about the giveaway, and I will just close the session. So I would like to thank you, Michael, for your time, for your energy, for your vibes, and for your knowledge, for your wisdom to share with the audience. It was really nice to have you. And maybe in the future, if you do some more shows, I would be happy to have you again on a different topic. Maybe the next time we can talk about is edge devices, or in general, factory automation.
Ladder programming.
Oh, ladder programming as well. So thank you, Michael. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Rajvir, for setting this up, and greetings to your company.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to see you as well.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, so that was Michael from Bosch Rexroth, who not only won 1 million emojis, but also 1 million hearts. And also, this brings up to the next giveaway challenge. All right, so what is this giveaway? This giveaway, I'm giving away a ctrlX Core X3 all-in-one ultra-compact control system for automation. If you want to have that, if you want to win that, you just have to follow 3 steps. You have to share this video on your LinkedIn and add to the description, how would you integrate ctrlX Core X3 in a real-world automation or IoT scenario? Okay, you have to mention that. How would you like to use it? What is your use case? And then you have to answer 3 giveaway quiz questions. What are these questions? Check out the video description where you will find these questions. You have to answer that in the LinkedIn description, okay, these questions. And then in the same LinkedIn description, you have to tag Code and Compile and ctrlX OS ecosystem LinkedIn pages. That's the way to enter the competition. And once you do that, we will evaluate your answers. We will evaluate how you have described it and your use case. And based on that, we will award it and we will ship it to you without any cost. Okay, this is from Code and Compile. We are giving away ctrlX Core X3 from Bosch Rexroth. So this was the second episode. In the next episode, we'll have more giveaways, more surprising questions, more fun, and new guests. We don't know yet, but we will see. If you want to participate, you can do that by going to Code and Compile, or check out this link below, or check out the link in the description. All right? So thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. I hope everybody who's joined today had fun, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, have fun. Bye-bye. Ciao.